For 2025, Salem Cruise Lite has come out with one of the best interiors. It's modern, it's artistic, and yet somehow it has a lower price. And how they did that was by bringing back an aluminum exterior option. Now, I don't have hard numbers, but if I had to guess, I'd say if you get the aluminum exterior, it's probably going to save you somewhere between $1,000 to $2,000. Now, if you want a fiberglass exterior, you can certainly get that as well. But again, you have that option to lower the price point and still get everything inside the incredible interior that they have done. So let's talk a little bit about what they've done. And we're standing in the 26ICE, the ICE. It's a great family floor plan. You get the Versa Lounge here and the Super Slide. In the back, you get the double bunks and then the gorgeous kitchen here. And I'll kind of go over some of the things I really like, not just from features standpoint, but also from design. So with the kitchen itself, you'll see that they have the thermoformed countertops. So your thermoformed countertops are going to be a step above T-mold right beneath solid surface. And it does a couple great things for you. One is the fact that it still allows you to undermount a sink, which is what they've done here for obvious reasons. And again, you're not going to have a T-mold or anything popping off right there. So definitely an upgrade. You'll see the high-rise faucet on there as well. And then underneath, I really like the wood, right? They've gone away from like the kind of farmhouse that so many manufacturers have gone to. They said, nope, that time is done. Time to move on to something new. And I really like the color choices. You'll see a space for a small trash can, nothing huge there. But then over to the side, you do have two full extension drawers. But one of my favorite parts is they actually utilize this space really well, in my opinion, because this actually slides open. And then right here, you will see two finished off large drawers. So you have plenty of pots and pan storage. Again, I think that's probably one of the best utilization of space that I've seen kind of in this countertop setup. So props to them. Over to the side is a 3-burner recessed cooktop. Right underneath, you will see the microwave there, and then just some cutouts here for spices next to that. You do have two electrical outlets, so good placement there, big window, and I love this shelf. You know, it's just those small things. It's nice and decorative. I just kind of like the addition of that. Real quick, before we get into the refrigerator, I just want to point out on the ceiling some of the lighting that they've done. They've done a great job of lighting this space up, and part of that is going to be the blade lighting, they call it, they put in here. And that's kind of what lights the coach for the majority of the areas, with a few exceptions, but the main living area is all going to use that. Moving in a little bit further here, this is going to be your Furion fridge freezer combo. This is a 12-volt compressor-driven unit. And then right next to that is going to be your entertainment center. So, again, I like what they've done here. Right down underneath, you can see the fireplace, but it's nice and easy, right? You have a handle on here, you open that up, and then behind the TV, you just get amazing additional storage. A lot of manufacturers kind of try to hide it, and you have like a magnet that's really hard to pull. Not the case at all here. They're like, hey, yes, open it. There's things back there. You can see the motion sensor light. And they have a cutout right here so that if you have any kind of auxiliary equipment, whether it's like a PlayStation or a DVD player, whatever it may be, you can hide everything right in there still. Excellent job. Kudos to them. Kind of across the way is the Super Slide. And real quick, I'll hit on design. I like what they've done. So you can see they have the kind of white window treatments on here with the hanging rod, the white curtains. Couple things. One, these are already pre-treated. So, if someone is hanging out and, a pop explodes, whatever it may be, they are going to be stain resistant. And if you need to wash them, there are special wash instructions, but they are removable and you can wash those as well. So that way they can stay nice and clean for you. I also like what they did with the window or the blinds here. So there's still going to be full privacy shades, but rather than being black, it blends a lot better. So props there. And then this is something that I noticed that they've done kind of throughout the entire Salem or Wildwood lines, and that's the curvature here. They added a lot of curves, and it's very appealing when you see it, right? You walk in, you're like, oh, I like that. And on top of that, they kind of backlit it, which I think was just really smart. It really brightens the space up, draws the eye in. Something about it just feels good being in this space. Plus, you have two big windows there, which still let in a lot of natural light. They put in 3 lights at the top of the slide, where most manufacturers are putting in 2. And you get the Versa Lounge here, so you have kind of like the L-shaped sofa, or you can flip this over and get your full dinette here. So, really what they've done is they give you all this design and all these features at an excellent price point. It really just makes the Salem Cruise Lite tough to beat, especially in 2025. You can see a coat rack right here, again, utilizing this space. Over to the side, love the vanity, love what they've done. They keep it nice and open so you can put a basket down there, make it a little more decorative. You'll notice that they give you the tankless on-demand water heater. So, you're not going to be limited to a 6-minute shower anymore. That's a great feature there too. Nice big sink, so it's easy to wash hands, brush your teeth. And if you take a look at the mirror, they even kept that curve in the mirror. They backlit that. You can kind of see that theme carry throughout. Again, just that it's very intentional, right? It doesn't look like they just slapped something up and said, hey, this could be cool. They had this thought going through the entire thing, just designed extremely well. If I have to give, one minor complaint, this is it for me, is that the bathroom is a little tight. I'm 6 foot, about 200 pounds, probably about 205 right now. I had some bad food yesterday. Anyway, but I'm not a small guy. I'm not a huge guy, but it is a little tight on the right shoulder. So, if you're a little bit bigger, this may be a tough spot for you. So definitely check it out if you think that's going to be any kind of concern. It is a plastic bowl. Again, I'm not going to, that's not a deal breaker for me either. But I prefer a porcelain, sure. But at this price point, I completely understand. And realistically, if you need to replace it in, 4 or 5 years, you can replace it. It's fairly inexpensive. Stepping into the shower, tub, actually. You'll see that they do give a skylight, which is good because without it, I wouldn't be able to stand all the way up at 6 foot. So I'm definitely glad they did. That was a smart option. And I personally like the tub for 2 reasons. 1, if you have kiddos, you can give them a bath. 2, it gives you a higher threshold. And people forget about this. Everyone's like, I don't want to step up into a tub, and I get it. But the tub helps keep the water where the water's supposed to be. When you have a shower basin, your threshold, your wall is only that big. Water's going everywhere. It's leaving the curtain. It's all over the floor. It's a mess. We don't want that. And then right in the corner, again, this is a family model, so you have double bunks. You will see USB-A and USB-C plugins right there. You have a window up top, and if you take a look right underneath here, you do have enough storage to be able to put like a dirty clothes hamper or something like that in there. Again, just overall good design. And once again, you will see that curvature, that theme that's kind of going throughout the Cruise Lite. Look at all this space. I can dance in here, in a bedroom. How do they do it? Well, that's because of the versatility bed, which again, at this price point, is one of the coolest things ever. If you like to sit up and read, it aids in that. But the thing I really like about it is you can put it up during the day and you have all this space. You can actually get dressed in your bedroom, which is something that is pretty darn rare in a travel trailer. You will also see they did a great job with storage. You get a huge wardrobe right over here to this side, right next to your sliding door. And then on both sides, what they did is they kind of reconfigured this. They redesigned it. So on one side, you get the nightstand with electrical outlet and USB-C there. And then also, let me point this out. They also have steps. You know why I love this? Because if you have a dog that comes with you, they can come up into bed. Now, if you don't sleep with the dog in bed, I completely understand. But if you do, or, that's their spot to hang out, what a cool addition right there. But what they've done is, like I said, they reconfigured that, and over to this side, they give you hanging space right up top, a little bit of additional storage, plus kind of the laundry hamper right down below there, plus the additional storage across the top. 2 windows in here too, so it really helps brighten things up. You can get that cross ventilation, and there's still a spot for a TV. But I'm telling you, there's enough space in here. It's gonna be a dance floor. Maybe. The tango. Just kidding. Let's go. As we step outside on the 26ICE, let's take a quick look at just some of the stats. So unloaded vehicle weight is going to be 6,443 pounds. Now that is going to change slightly depending on how it is equipped. That gives you a cargo carrying capacity of 1,257, so a GVWR of 7,700 pounds. 32.5 foot long, 10 foot, 4 inches high. For tanks, they're getting 40 fresh, 60 gray, and 30 black. So overall, just pretty good stats. It's kind of one of those mid-sized travel trailers. But there's a lot of things on the exterior that I just think they did really, really well. Starting off with the aluminum. So for the last 2 years or so, Salem has been basically fiberglass only. They've now gone back to aluminum, And even though it's an upgraded aluminum, and they use like the nicest aluminum you can basically get in the industry right now, this is going to be, I believe it's a 0.3 mil rather than I think it's 2.4, so a little bit thicker. And on top of that, it has a scratch-resistant coating on here, just again, to help protect the exterior. But even with that, by doing this instead of fiberglass, what helps drop that price point a little bit, really getting this into a crazy price point for what you're getting inside. Something I really like they added this year too is the blade lighting on the exterior. Cool thing about this is they have checked, and you can actually have this on while going down the road, which is just going to be a super cool look, really a nice head turner. Plus, when you're at the campsite, it really lights everything up and just gives you a ton of light. Just a huge fan of what they've done. Opening up your pass-through compartment, it's a magnetic catch. You can see that that is fully opened up. I mean, you have great space in there, allowing you to put in just, again, a lot of items, especially with a larger carrying capacity like we have on here. Another thing I do want to point out, something that I think is really cool is you'll see you have like a white fender here. They have actually done UV testing just to make sure that any of your white components aren't going to yellow. I know it's a concern for a lot of people, but they've done the testing, so over time it will continue to stay white so it matches the aluminum exterior. You also see the power awning up top. You have a 16-foot awning. Something you will notice again that is very different, but this is something that I just like about Salem and Wildwood in general, right? Is that everything they do is thought through. It's all intentional. And if you notice the light right up there, it's the same blade lighting that they have throughout the rest of the unit. It's really cohesive. It helps bring everything together. Rather than having like the individual LED lights, the light up there matches the light in here, which matches the light inside. They carry these themes throughout the entire RV, and it just makes everything cohesive and helps it make sense. You have the MORryde step above steps, nice and easy to walk into. Super solid aluminum treads on here too to help prevent any kind of rusting, plus the large grab handle for that extra control. And then coming to the back, you'll see that this one also has your outside fridge right here, so that way, nice and easy to quickly grab beverages. And if you want to cook outside, right down underneath is also going to be that propane quick connect. Now on the back, it'll be your spare tire as well as your square tubular bumper, and right up top is a backup camera. Pound for pound, dollar for dollar, I honestly think the Salem Cruise Lite line is just one of the best values out there. I mean, you're talking about family travel trailers. This 26ICE is going to be a top contender for one of the best in 2025.